I'm here in Boston with Bernie Hoffer right before the performance with the New England Philharmonic and Westboro High School Women's Chorus of his Little Red Riding Hood. And Bernie, this year the New England Philharmonic is featuring a number of your works. And excitingly in February, Jordan Hall, Danny Madden, and the NEP will be premiering your second violin concerto.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about that piece?
Well, first of all, it's an odd piece. It's 10 movements long. Mm-hmm. Each movement is 3 minutes or so. It winds up being about 32 minutes long. Mm-hmm. And it's each movement has a different orchestration. Mm. There are only two movements. Well, there are only two movements where the full orchestra is being used at the same time. There are other movements where the full orchestra is being done in pieces, mm-hmm. but in the next to last movement, the full orchestra plays each section, each instrument, including taking like the violins, first violins as one instrument, and mm-hmm. so forth, play only one note. Mm. And the solo violin reminisces themes from the other movements over top of this C sharp, mm-hmm. the middle C sharp that everybody in the orchestra, everybody that can play that note plays that note.
Great. And it's subtitled Decapod.
Right.
So how does this relate to the work?
Well, a decapod primarily is a crustacean or an animal with 10 legs. Mm-hmm. This piece has 10 legs. But I've, being a long-time rail fan, mm-hmm. and being interested in steam engines, decided there's a decapod that's a steam engine. Mm. And I don't know if you can see that. Do you want to see that?
Score here.
There's a picture of it.
Yeah, right here.
That's a decapod.
Decapod.
That means
mechanical decapod.
It has 10 driving wheels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on each side, and that's why it's called a decapod.
Terrific.
Yeah.
So this work was composed for the New England Philharmonic in mind, and you've had a number of other works.
I've had a lot of works done. I've been very, very fortunate that I've had an outlet for my work.
And so and it's fantastic. And this season we have 3 of your works being performed.
Right.
And so what do you have the specific sounds in mind when you're working with the New England Philharmonic? Every piece is different. Yeah. Every piece is,
I hate to use the word eclectic. Mm. I use everything. Mm-hmm. I sometimes use rose. Mm-hmm. I sometimes use jazz. Mm. I sometimes use tonality and atonality or polytonality, mm-hmm. pantonality, or whatever have you. Yeah. Nothing is off limits, and I'm not ideological.
Yeah.
So.
And something quite different from the Violin Concerto is in the spring you're providing the music. You've written the music for a silent film by Buster Keaton.
I have, and it was an enormous, tedious process because I scored it. Mm-hmm. I scored every detail in that film.
Yeah.
When I was working in the not film in the advertising and film industry, I would score in detail a lot of the pictures, and I scored this. I wrote the music for this as if it was a score for a film, and that film is filled with pratfalls and with comic ideas and things, and I try to coordinate everything. It's going to be a task to try to get it performed that way. I have trying to get some technical work done on the film so that they put a click track on so that the orchestra can play with the click track.
Yeah.
So that they can coordinate their playing with everything that's on the film.
Probably really helpful.
Yeah.
Great. Well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you, and looking forward to these performances.
While we're talking, I want to make a comment. Eric went to school with my granddaughter,
That's
Tiffany,
true.
who's a wonderful trumpet player and
Yeah,
is
fellow
now.
trumpet player. I am as well.
You were also a
We
trumpet
played
player.
together, yes.
Yeah, and her dad, Gil, was also a trumpet player and also went to Indiana and was a classmate, I think, of Chris. Is his name Chris Bota?
Yeah.
Sort of a pop, very good quality
Yes,
pop
yes.
trumpet player.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wonderful. Well, lots of connections.
very, very good. Yes.
Good. Well, thank
Do
you.
you still play?
I do play. I
You
just
do. You keep your
played
chops
recently.
up. You practice, and
I don't practice as much, but I it stills with me.
because
Yeah.
I know Tiffany practices every day, every single day.
That's good. You need to do that.
Yeah, right. Excellent, excellent. And I know you're doing extremely well. Your compositions are getting known and getting played by good people and everything, and that's very, very fortunate. That's
Thank you.
terrific.
Thanks.
Okay.
Well, looking forward to this spring. The New England Philharmonic and Stefan Jakiv and Unikim will premiere.
Well.
Give the Boston premiere of my double concerto.
Right.
Great.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, right.